Hello viewers, in today's video we are going to talk about the fundamental analysis in biomass and the biochar burning. Okay, so first of all, let us understand the term higher heating value and lower heating value of a bio waste. Okay, so the higher heating value of a bio waste is also called gross calorific value, and this is the total energy released during the complete combustion of, or you can say complete combustion, including the latent heat of condensation of water vapor produced. Now we have another term which is called LHV, which is called lower heating value. So this is also called net calorific value, and this is the total energy release or energy release excluding the latent heat of vapor. That is the assumption is that the water remains as a vapor, and the term the higher heating value or gross calorific value is always higher or greater than latent heating value, sorry, lower heating value or net calorific value. Okay, now for the how we will find out the higher heating value or gross calorific value. So we have an experimental tryout or try method or technique that is called the bomb calorimeter. This is a equipment, and this is as per ISO 1928 and ASTM 5865, and the method says that we have to burn a known mass, that is 1 gram of the oven dried bio waste or a biomass sample, which is burned in oxygen at 25 degrees C, and the heat release or liberated raises the temperature of the calorimeter water jacket. Okay, so there is a device called bomb calorimeter. Okay, so it actually looks like this. So this is my jacket calorimeter. Okay, double wall jacket. Okay, where you place your, so it basically looks like this. Okay, so this is my electric heater, and this is my O2 supply, and this is a thermometer basically, and this is my stirrer, and this is my sealed vessel, and this is my insulated container which is inside. So here between the wires we place our samples. Now the higher heating value, okay, is calculated from the measured temperature rise and sample mass. So this is the most accurate method, but most of the investigator, they calculate the HHV or higher heating value using empirical correlations based on the ultimate analysis, which we call elemental analysis uh, of the waste. So usually it is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur. So here the empirical equation, the first empirical equation used for finding out the HHV, which is from the Dulongs law, which is equal to and it is in the mega joules per kg, which is equal to 0.3383 into C. C here is the mass fractions of the carbon, and 1.422 into H minus O by 8 plus 0.0942 into SS. So this HSC, they are the mass fractions of the respective element. Okay, and sulfur is on a dry basis. Now the other equation, channiwala and parikh correlation, this is the universal biomass equation, which is HHV is equal to 0.3491 into C. Some of the books you might see 33493, so that does not make a much significant difference. So this is 0.3491 into C. C is the elemental percentage of the 13 plus 13783 into H. H is the hydrogen, and this 0.1005 S is the sulfur, and 0.1 minus 0.1034 into O is the oxygen, and this is minus 0.0151 into N is nitrogen, and this is ash. The last term is the ash, and this formula works well for the bio waste, sludge, and biochar. Okay, and here when you want to convert HHV into LHV, LHV is the net calorific value or the lower heating value. So you have to subtract the total HHV minus 2.442 into 9HH is the fraction of hydrogen. So if you are getting any term hydrogen 6.42, so you have to divide by 100. Okay, some of the books you might see that it is HHV is minus 0.0242, so it is like we are divided by 100, H and M both. M is moisture content fraction if not oven dry, and this is equal to 2.44 megajoules per kg of H2O, latent heat of evaporation of water. So we can approximate LHV is equal to HHV minus 2.449 into H, in 2.44 into 9 into H if there is no moisture. So this, if this term is 0, so it would be just this. Okay. Now let us solve a simple numerical. So here this is the ultimate analysis table for the waste. So waste formula is this: C65.5, H 102.30, O is 40.8 and is 0.85. So it has to be incinerated. So the approximate analysis says that moisture is 4.8%, non-combustible is 6.2. So this is 11%, and the elemental analysis here is carbon is this, hydrogen this, oxygen 39.25, nitrogen 0.85, sulfur is 0.19. So we have to find out the gross heat value, which is the HHV, and net heat value, which is the LHV of this waste as received, and also the amount of air required for 1000 kg. This is 1 metric input in turn of the input material. Okay, so now here HHV, we will use this equation, okay, and substitute the value, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and sulfur. So we are getting this value as 90.61. I have already validated, and LHV is the HHV minus of this is coming from, we have divided by the 100. Okay, I mean the moisture and the hydrogen. So W here is basically moisture. Okay, so here it is W, not something else. Okay, so we will substitute the value and we'll get this value of 19.12. So you can see LHV is less than HHV, or you can say the net calorific value is less than the gross calorific value. Now we will use the stoichiometric relationship. So here this equation is equal to 65.5 CO2. So we are basically using this concept here. So you can see here we are using this concept. So when you will solve, you will get this value. Okay, and then this much amount of oxygen is yielding 65.5 of CO2. I will make a separate video to make you understand how we got these values. 65.5 CO2 plus 51.2 H2O plus 1.1 times of nitrous oxide, nitrogen monoxide, you can say that. Now we will calculate the total mass of this component. Okay, so which is 1553. Similarly, the carbon is 12, hydrogen 1, so we'll get 1553. This is 1553 is the molar mass of the material. This is gram per mole, and this is 1.55 kg is kilojoule per mole. Okay, now of the 1000 kg, this is like you can see from the table, this is what 11%. So 11% of 1000 is around 890 kg. 890 kg is the minus the moisture and inert. This is combustible, so this corresponds to 890 upon the total mass we got from here. So this is equal to 573 of mole. Now we know that 1 mole of the material contains 71.1. So this is from this equation, 71.1 mole of oxygen. Okay, so therefore it is 573 into 71.1. So this is around 40746 mole of O2. Now at a standard temperature and pressure, we know that 1 mole of a gas occupies 22.4 liter, and we know that 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liters, so 1 liter is equal to 10 minus 3. Okay, so this is 40746 into 22.4 into 10 minus 3, so which is equal to 913 meter cubes of oxygen. Now we also know that the air contains 21% of oxygen and 79% of the nitrogen. Okay, so this 4348 is the required to supply this also. How we got this? We got this by 913 divided by the percentage of oxygen. So it is 21, so you will take 0.21, or it is 23.2, so you will divide by 0.32. So which is equal to 4348 for 1000 kg. For 1 kg it would be 4348 upon 1000, which is equal to 4.35 approximately volume meter cubes of the air. You can also convert that into liters. Okay, so this is all about the simple problem. That was how to calculate HHV, LCV, and how to calculate the volume of air or the mole of air.